Rabbi D is one of the most valuable members of our team.
We probably worked together for about 30 to 32 years. We worked together as director and associate director as partners for 21 years. He was an amazing person to work with. We did everything together, and although we didn't always agree on everything 100%, we never once had a single argument.
The main thing about him is the sweet, warm personality.
He's authentic. There's nothing phony about him. There's nothing egotistical about him.
He's genuinely happy, and he's happy to see the kids, and he's happy to help the kids, and he's happy to help people that aren't the kids. He's happy to help anyone and be there for anyone.
I think it's just his sincerity. I think people see it and they feel it, and they don't feel like he's fake or he's trying to be cool. He's just who he is, and everybody loves that about him.
Long before there was things called cell phones and the internet, we had payphones. And when I was in public school in Annapolis, Maryland, I used the payphone in my cafeteria every day at lunch to call the halacha hotline. Now there's something called the Daily Devar, and it's on the internet and it's videoed, but every day at 12:30, I called and heard Rabbi Dinovitzer's voice tell me a halacha. It's what got me through the day.
As fortunate as NCSY was to have found Rabbi D, he was even more fortunate in finding his Eishes Chayil, Idit.
Rabbi and Mrs. Dinovitzer have created this warm, nurturing environment that really speaks to the heart, to the soul of every single Jewish teen. Kids love being there.
People that come into their home, they can't help but fall in love with Judaism and with Torah and with this way of life.
The relationship that the Dinovitzers had with NCSYers extended beyond the realm of an NCSY Shabbaton. Many NCSYers continued that relationship with them, especially people like me who insisted that Rabbi Dinovitzer sing under their chuppah many, many years later.
What I find absolutely outstanding about Rabbi Dinovitzer is that he has the most important quality of a teacher, which is that he's an incredible role model. Both Rabbi and Mrs. Dinovitzzer are, to me, inspiring role models of people who are constantly working on themselves, constantly growing as Jews.
Rabbi and Mrs. Dinovitzer, as everyone knows, have both been mechanchim in the schools for many years. There is basically not a family in town that have not at some point either been in the class, had a child in the class, or had somebody who wanted to be in one of their classrooms.
Many years ago, when my boys first started TA, we were at an NCSY concert. Rabbi Dinovitzer casually came over to me and asked me to introduce him to my boys. Well, my boys thought I knew a rock star, because not only is Rabbi Dinovitzer a rock star in NCSY, but he's also a rock star in TA.
Rabbi Dinovitzer was the perfect person to start JSU clubs. He was the first one to go into Pikesville Senior High in this area, and he was the first one to start running latte learnings.
I think absolutely his greatest impact was him coming to the schools, and we can all see someone who's like a real figure in Judaism, in the religion, and in the community.
He's not judgmental, and when people are insecure about asking a question that most people would look down upon them, he's more than happy to answer questions for them.
I think every person that Rabbi D speaks to, he gives them a ton of respect because he's so humble.
Rabbi D likes to call everyone his friend. Whenever he gives advice, it's always to a friend. It's not to a kid, it's not to a teen.
He makes everyone feel like they're on top of the world.
He's a fantastic storyteller, and he has a beautiful voice. So everything that comes out of his mouth is really, it's really special. He can stir up your emotions through the stories and through the songs, but he's an emotional person. He means what he's saying.
He's really inspirational because when you watch him with the kids, you feel like he really loves them. They're amazing people, and they've been doing such great things.
This has been their entire life. This has been everything to them. And NCSY and so many kids would not be where they are today. I wouldn't be where I am today just without Rabbi D.
The Dinovitzers put their life and their soul into NCSY.
Rabbi D gives 110% and more and dedicates his whole life to NCSY. NCSY is not only a job, it's a life.
We at NCSY are very proud to be honoring the Dinovitzers. The Dinovitzers are exemplary role models, and their impact will be felt for generations to come.
It's impossible to look at Baltimore and not see the hundreds and thousands of people that have been impacted by the Dinovitzers.
I have a very, very personal Hakar Satov that will last forever.
May HaKadosh Baruch Hu continue to grant them the strength and the ability to reach out to each and every teen. May they continue to get nachas from their beautiful children and from the beautiful teens of NCSY.
I just hope that he continues to inspire kids like me, because without the Dinovitzers, there's no NCSY.
My first experience with NCSY was when we were engaged. I came to Baltimore from New York for a Shabbaton at Ner Tamid, and as I got on the advisor van in Manhattan, I got the biggest, warmest welcome from someone I did not know, Dory Horowitz. And as I got off the van, I got the biggest, warmest welcome from someone else I did not know, Bonnie Pollack. The message to me was, NCSY is all about loving your fellow Jew. As I got to know Bonnie and Joey better, and Rabbi Lone Brown and Mrs. Lone Brown, Aliyah Shalom, I was awed by the level of care and concern that they gave to every single NCSYer and their desire to share a Torah way of life with them. And that was something I hope we could emulate. As we met more and more NCSYers, we were repeatedly inspired by their desire to learn more, and this presented a great life lesson for us and for our children, which we tried to impress upon them, that we have something precious and wonderful that other people want, a life sweetened by Torah and mitzvos.
We feel very fortunate to have been drawn into this work by Hashem himself. Imagine how gratifying it is to do the kind of work where you could be at shul, look over at the person at the end of the row, or just walk into a store and find out that that person picking the things off of the shelves has had their lives changed by NCSY, and you were a part of it. Sometimes it happens that we could find ourselves at a wedding, and we know that those two, the chassan and kala, standing there at the chuppah, would not have been without the efforts of NCSY. Down the road, their children, we may be at their pidyon haben, at their bris, at their bar mitzvah, and just to know that all of the zechusim, all of the merits, everything that's happening here in this family is something that may not have been had we not had the chance to just pitch in a little bit with our efforts in helping to make it happen. We feel so gratified that Hashem has allowed us to become part of this so that we can say we, in our own small way, have made a contribution to the future of the Jewish people. I think I can honestly say on behalf of both of us that this honor is not really ours. This honor belongs to all the people who have dreamt up the vision of this unbelievable organization. To all of you, many people out there who support it, the honor belongs to all of you collectively for helping to make all of this happen.
The old NCSY cheer goes, "We are family, Atlantic Seaboard Region and me." We were fortunate to become part of the family.